Hi all. Hey, welcome again to another quick video. This one is about a alternator belt replacement. Very similar almost all engines, all applications, but the one I have today is on a Crusader. It's an older 454. It's relatively easy when you look at the videos. I don't go into real detail, but you basically have to take the freshwater pump loose. It sits on a skid underneath with a couple bolts. You take the bolts loose, you slide it enough to get the belt off for that. That gives you access to the alternator belt. Then you have to take the alternator belt loose at the alternator. There's a 3/4 bolt with a nut. You take that loose, and then I think it's a 1/2 inch for the adjuster nut, and you take that loose, slide the alternator down enough to take the belt off, put your new belt on, and reassemble everything. Use the pry bar, make sure everything's tight within about a 1/2 inch throw on the belts, and all should be good, and you'll have a good time with this. As long as you have access, everything's easy, but sometimes it's a little tougher with access. So good luck, guys. Any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to ask me. Thank you.
Hey guys, in this video we're going to work on a alternator belt. Pretty simple job, but some of you guys might be helpful for you. First of all, you take the freshwater pump. That's your freshwater pump. Bolts loose in the bottom. There's two half inch, or those are 9/16. We'll take those loose enough to get the belt out. There's the belt, just flopping around. Leave that lay there. Now, because you have to take that off in order to get the alternator belt. The reason we're changing this alternator belt, I don't know if you can see it. There's some, got some damage right in here, and then there's a couple of cogs missing sporadically. So it's time. It's time to change that. So we're going to take that alternator loose over there. There's a bottom bolt. It's a 1/2 inch on the back side of there. And then there's a 3/4 up there on the nut, which is what it pivots on. So we'll take that loose and get this out of here. So, real quick video. I had to get down in there and get close. The that bolt, that 3/4 didn't want to come loose, so I had to crawl down in my hole, get in there, and we got us a 7470 belt. We're gonna throw on here, and then I'll show you what the completion looks like. So basically, the 3/4. Got a 1/2 inch underneath there for adjuster, tighten this in. I got a pry bar to tighten everything up, and that's what it is. Pretty easy. All right, there's my install. Belt's got good and tight. You got a 3/4 bolt on top, 1/2 inch underneath on that bar, backside. Use a pry bar, take it out. But first, you got to take the freshwater pump pellet pulley off. So there's two 9/16 on the bottom underneath here. You take those loose, the whole thing slides. You don't have to take them off, but take them loose enough to get so that pump slides on a plate, and you loosen up that pulley, and that'll give you access to do this. And then the reason we did this belt, like I showed you before, it was fraying there. It also had like a cog missing here, and it was past due. So anyway, she's changed and good for a long time.